This is the video for Treagle Market. That's the first assignment that you're going to do in the first chapter of Excel. So first thing that I want you to do is to go to the website with my website and go to the calendar, and you can pull up the draft, which looks like this, and then I may have these instructions, but if not, you should have a hard copy in front of you. So these are the two things that you're going to need: the instructions and the draft. So we've already done the first thing, made sure that you've got the draft. So now we're going to go ahead and make these changes. So we're going to change cell contents of these following cells. So let's go to A2 and change it to yearly sales analysis. So I can click on A2, click right up here at the top, and type yearly. When you are typing in Excel, if you just start typing, so for example, if I were to just start typing new, it erases everything. Okay. So if I want to add something, I actually need to go up here, click where I want, and then it will it can find a spot. You can also double click within the cell. I find it easier to go up to the function box. So we've done this one. Now let's go to B7, and we'll put in 38, 95, 23. B7, 38, 95, 23. 38, 95, 23. I'm going to hit enter, and I notice that it changed my total. C5, 26, 125. 75. 26, 125, 75. 26, 125, 75. Hit enter, and I notice my total change. Let's go back over here, and we'll mark that out. Now we'll go to D6, 30, 589, 14. 30, 589, 14. Again, it changed my totals. Now we'll go to E7, 35, 450, 82. E7, 35, 450, 82. Hit enter. F6, 63, 52, 78. 63, 52, oops, 78. 63, 52, 78. Okay, so now we want to change our column, our worksheet title in A1 to the title cell style, and then merge and center it across columns A through G. So we're going to look at our cell styles, and we want to do title, and then we want to click and drag A through G. So I left clicked and drug over from A to G, and I can, right here is, if I just hover over it, you'll see it's merge and center. So if I click on that, now if I wanted, there's some options, and so you could click on the arrow, otherwise the automatic default is merge and center. Use buttons in the font group on the Home tab of the ribbon to change the worksheet subtitle in A2 to 14-point font and center it across A through G. So we'll change that. So I just click, I don't have to highlight the words, just click on the cell. So this is different than Word in that you're not having to highlight. It'll do everything. So I'm going to go up to 14 font, and you'll see that all I have is A2 selected, and it moved all the words up. And then I can go A through G, and again merge and center. The last thing we have to do is use the Aqua Accent 5 color for the font in the subtitle. So we've got that cell A2 highlighted. So we're going to go up here to our font color, and that looks Aqua Accent 5. So there you go. And it changes our color. So now we've done all that. Apply the worksheet name Yearly Analysis to the Sheet tab. This is always, there we go. So mine doesn't always show up for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and you can right click and go to rename. And now I've lost Yearly Analysis. And we can apply the Aqua theme color to the sheet tab. So again, you can hit enter, right click, and you can do a tab color, and then you can pick a tab color. So we'll do the Aqua. Now when I click off, the one that's showing color is the one I'm not on. Move the chart to a new sheet called Sales Analysis Chart. So let's go ahead and identify the second sheet as Sales Analysis Chart. Hit enter, and let's go over to our first one and hear what we want to do. I've clicked on the chart, the table where the chart was, and then these new tabs popped up. So if I'm over here, you'll notice I don't see those tabs, but once I click on the chart or near the chart, these two tabs pop up. So I go over to Design, and I can click on Move Chart. And I want to move a chart to New Sheet, and we've already named it, so actually I should have waited and just named it. Let's rename it again. Sales Analysis Chart. So we'll do it again. Oops. There we go. So now we're moving. That's telling it that we want it to be placed in its own sheet, and say OK. Yes, because I already named it. So we'll just go ahead and say yes to that. And we want to apply the Style to Chart Style. So let's go over here, and we can widen this up a little bit. Okay, so if you look up here in Design, you can see all different types of styles. So this is Style 2. So we'll go ahead and apply that style. And add a chart title that reads Sales Analysis. So let's go back over to the chart. Make sure you're in the Design tab on Chart Tools. You want to add chart element and say chart title, and we'll do it above the chart. And I want to remember Sales Analysis. I'm going to do all caps, Sales Analysis. And it changes it. I'll go ahead and cross that out. Now we want to add data labels that are inside end, that are filled with white, don't have a border, but do have a dollar amount, a dollar sign. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our data labels. So we're going to do, you've got inside end, but we can actually go to more data labels, and we can get rid of category name. I want to go ahead and undo what I just did. Let's go ahead and leave our category names. We're just going to start over and go data labels, and what we hit was inside end, and that's what we got, but we can also go down to more data label options. And before I unclick the category name, I'm going to click on value and then unclick on the category name. Make sure that it's inside end. And then we want to, on number, make sure that it's currency so that we've got the dollar sign and the 2 decimal places. Okay. All right, so now we've got that taken care of. Now we want to replace Treagle in cell A1 with your last name and then save the workbook. So you would go over to page 1 and just click on that, come up here and delete it and put in your student name. Okay? All right. Thanks, you guys.